So today we're going to be talking about step one towards finding your purpose. So I recently just dropped this newsletter. Let me change my scene here. Get this going. Do 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 do. So I just dropped this newsletter here, and if you guys are interested in getting me in your email every single morning, uh, go into the description. You'll see you can join my free newsletter down there. But I'm going to be doing daily newsletters, and I'm going to be probably basing most of my lives around the newsletter for the day. So we're about to get into this soon. Today we're going to be talking about purpose. We're going to be talking about how to really align with what your soul is here to do, living in your authentic truth. I made a video about maybe a week ago at this point called Authenticity is the Key to Your Dream Life. And it talked about how when you're living in alignment with your authentic nature, when you're truly living in alignment, you are living in alignment with how God created you. And by living in that, you are living in authenticity. Here's the thing. The nature of our universe is abundance. Abundance is the true or authentic nature of our universe. And so since we are reflections of God, and God created the universe, since we are created in God's image, that must mean that since God and our universe is infinite and abundant, that must mean that we are also infinite and abundant. However, if we're not living in alignment with our authentic nature, that must mean that we're living out of abundance, right? And so if we're misaligned from our authenticity, we're also misaligned from our abundance. And so if we want to manifest more abundance in our reality, we must start living more authentically. When I started posting my daily YouTube videos back on May 15th, I decided that I was going to start living in abundance. Living in alignment with my abundance, right? And by doing that, I was like, okay, I'm going to be stepping into this every day. I'm going to be posting videos every day, sharing my stories, sharing my lessons, just being myself, trying to put value out there, just trying to serve the people. And when I was doing that, I started to attract people who wanted to work with me, started attracting clients. I grew my YouTube channel. I literally attracted my dream partner. I literally met my wife because I was putting myself out there authentically on YouTube. We met each other on YouTube. We got married a couple months later. And it's crazy. It's crazy just how much being my authentic self has attracted abundance into my life and has changed my life in the past 4 months alone. And so in this video, I want to talk about how you can align to your authenticity and start stepping into that so you can manifest more abundance in your reality. I'm going to, hey, Storm Dagger, let me know how the audio sounds, brother. Does it sound good? I want to change my webcam. Let me shrink this a bit. Put this there. I think that looks a bit better. But yeah, let's get into this. So, got my newsletter here. If you guys are interested in joining that, let me drop the link for you guys in the chat. You guys can come join up there. Boom, boom. There's the link to my newsletter. So if you guys are interested in joining that, you can join up that there. Audio's perfect. Sounds good, brother. Let's get into it. Little Forest boy, hey, what's up, my man? How you doing, brother? Doing good, man. I'm doing amazing this morning. We're about to get right into the letter, so let's do it. Step one towards finding your purpose. Identify your unique cosmic code. Tapping into the flow state. Back in December, I knew that I wanted to go all in on YouTube and coaching. I had recently joined my first mentorship program and learned how to use YouTube to sell coaching. I was taught by my mentor Hamza that I should base my work around the tasks that get me into the flow state, tasks that are completely aligned to my authentic nature and that I can be one with. Ever heard of being in the zone? When you're so immersed in a task that time flies by and the power of source is fully flowing through you, guiding you to make perfect moves effortlessly, where you have no thoughts in your mind and you're laser focused on the task at hand. That's flow state. It's a state of oneness with the current moment and task. Flow looks different for everybody. It may be writing, making music, playing basketball, or walking in nature for you. You guys ever been in the flow state? Let me know what you guys' flow state tasks are in the comments or in the what's the thing called? The chat. Yeah, drop in the chat what your guys' flow state task is. Here are mine. My top three flow tasks go like this: listening to others while I'm in conversation or while I'm consuming content or media. This is how I know I wanted to be a coach. I'm always in deep flow state while I'm listening to people. I'm always super focused, super present when I'm listening to people. My number two is speaking, either while having a conversation with others or to a camera. And three, it's writing, putting my thoughts down either digitally or onto paper, right? These are the tasks that get me deepest into the zone and locked in. Other flow tasks of mine are walking. I love just being in nature. I can go walk for hours outside, drawing on my sketchbook right here next to me, and editing vlogs for filmmaking. When I'm filmmaking, going through my cuts, getting my music, getting into that flow, getting into the rhythm, man, I get so in the zone. I can really can edit a vlog for like 2 hours and it'll feel like half an hour maybe. It's amazing. When we align our work, our business, and our lives to our flow task, we experience immense fulfillment and bliss. So this flow state is often revered as the peak human experience. And I want you to think about this. If flow state is oneness with reality, then it makes sense to why flow state is revered as the peak human experience. Oneness is our true nature, it's our essential nature. God is one with all. Drawing is one of my flow state. Yo, that's fire for us, boy. 100% agree, brother. Let me know, how long have you been drawing? I grew up drawing a lot. And I've honestly stopped around 10 years old, and I've only recently been getting back into it more consistently over the past, couple months, and consistently the past couple weeks. I actually have drawing here as one of my tasks for my habit tracker. But I love drawing. I don't really go too crazy. I usually just do some sketches here and there, but I love drawing, man. How long have you been drawing, Forest Boy? But back to flow state. Oneness is our nature, right? God is one with all, source is one with all, God is everywhere, in everyone, in everything, right? And so if oneness is the nature of reality, then aligning with that nature must feel amazing, right? Oneness, love, bliss is the nature of reality. There's an elementary, yeah, same, brother, same. But there's an ancient yogic concept in Sanskrit. That's the a language that the Vedics, the Hindus used to speak. It's a very ancient language. But in Sanskrit, there's a saying that says Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. And Sat Chit Ananda is our nature. It is the very nature of our existence. And Sat Chit Ananda is three things: being, pure being, just awareness itself, existence, consciousness, the observer, that is your awareness, right? And bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Being, consciousness, bliss. This is our nature. When we have awareness, consciousness of our existence being pure being, eternal, it puts us in a state of bliss. That is Sat Chit Ananda. And so when we have that, when we are immersed in that oneness, we experience bliss consciousness. And so if oneness is our nature, and flow state allows us to be in oneness, it's no wonder that it's so blissful and that it's revered as a peak human experience. Working out before doing anything, listening to music. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Music and dancing is a big flow state task for me as well, Storm Dagger. As I work and constantly remind myself if I quit today 10 years from now, I'll regret that day. Yeah. I'm the same, brother. I'm the exact same. Working out before doing anything. Yeah, that's awesome, bro. This is amazing, Storm Dagger. I love that for you, man. So this is the flow state. And since flow state is optimal for, human experience and it's optimal for getting work done, for just living, right? Being in oneness with everything, we want to identify our flow tasks. And these flow tasks will allow us to align with how we're supposed to be living, how we're supposed to be moving, working throughout the day. And so step one in finding our purpose is aligning our life to our flow tasks. Now here's step two, identifying our unique cosmic code. Getting a perfect understanding of my cosmic code gave me immense clarity and reassurance on my soul's path as a spiritual thought leader, as a YouTuber, and a coach. Having clarity of your own cosmic code or your soul's numerology, that's cosmic code, it's your unique numerology, is the perfect step to living in alignment with your authenticity. Authenticity will raise your frequency, causing you to effortlessly manifest more abundance in your reality. Like I was telling you guys at the beginning of the live, when we're living in alignment with the true nature of reality, or our true nature, authenticity, we are in alignment with nature's reality of abundance. Abundance and authenticity are directly proportional. The abundance you manifest in your life is directly proportional to how authentic you are living. And so if you want to manifest more abundance, more love, more creativity, more money, if you want to manifest more of these things into your reality, You must live in alignment with your authentic nature. Your numerology is essential to understanding what your soul's purpose is and how do you best express that purpose to aid the growth of the collective consciousness. I like to see purpose as how you aid the collective consciousness, right? The point of purpose, I like to say, is to grow the collective. But how we do that is unique to the individual. It's based on your skills, your experiences, your flow tasks. It's based on your struggles, your story, the things you've overcome, right? All of these unique factors are individual, right? No one has walked your path, no one has lived your life, no one has your story. And your unique story is how you aid the collective growth. There are four main numbers to know when it comes to using your cosmic code to live in complete alignment with your soul's unique design. Number one, your life path number, your soul's authentic purpose and mission. Number two is your life destiny number, how your soul expresses and actualizes your purpose or your mission. Number three is your karmic number. These are the lessons that your soul is here to learn to spiritually evolve and best serve the collective. And number four is your personal year cycle, the current lessons and experiences for your soul based on this year and your birthday. So let me actually I'll say this first and I'll go through what my numbers look like. Having a perfect understanding of these four numbers is essential to living in complete alignment with your soul's unique design, in my opinion. Since I found out that I'm a life path master number 11 with a life destiny of 6, it's made my journey as a spiritual leader and community builder much clearer. By knowing your cosmic code, you understand the flow of your life better and can align your journey with the current season you're in. That will best serve your individual growth. Individual growth that will eventually lead to collective growth. And when you give to the collective, when you grow the collective, you will also receive back from the collective. Giving and receiving are one. If we're all one, that must mean that when you give to the collective, you're really giving to yourself, which is receiving, right? When you give love, you receive love. There's a beautiful, beautiful book called A Course in Miracles. And one of the best lines that's really resonated for me with it says that only what I have not given can ever be lacking. And so if you feel like you're lacking love, you're most likely not giving it enough, right? Honestly, the main thing that helped me get out of my depression was service. It was serving others. It was making this YouTube channel. It was giving love. At the same time, it was giving love to myself. It was giving love to myself and understanding that I am enough. I am worthy. I am amazing. I am perfect. I'm divine. These things, right? It's loving my ego, right? I've had an interesting journey with my ego over the past 10 years especially. And had to realize I was actually talking to my wife about this yesterday, but there's this song called Kaylani. It's a super good song, but in that Kaylani kind of spits a verse where she says, um, I want to see your it says forgot. She says like I want to see your cockiness, fuck being confident. Right? And cockiness is like a level above confidence. It's arrogance almost. And I used to be pretty arrogant. But it was it was not in the fact that I like genuinely thought I was like better than other people. It was just the fact that I knew I was him, right? I knew I was him. I knew I was the shit. And haven't really been in that cocky energy, right? That super confident energy in the past, month or two, honestly. And stepping back into that, having that healthy relationship with my ego where it's healthily integrated, and I'm like, yeah, of course I'm him. Of course I know I'm the man. Of course I know I can help people. I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing YouTube channel. I like your confidence. Fuck being confident. Yeah, there's wifey right there dropping the line, right? That's what it's about. And so when you are living in alignment with your ego, right? When you have your ego integrated, you start feeling like um you have that like sense of like self-worth that is extremely important for making moves, for being, being in your authenticity. As much as we are, fractals of source, as much as we are divine, we are also human, right? And so we have to embrace both parts of ourselves. We have to embrace both parts of ourselves. And so, um, yeah, that's honestly like the end of the letter. Next letter, I'm going to be talking about how to actually use your date of birth and your full name to calculate these four numbers. But I want to spit some game to you guys about these right now. So basically, I'm going to talk to you guys about my four numbers. And if you guys are interested in getting your own readings from me, You can either use this link that I'm about to drop in the chat, and you can book a call with me. So I'll do it. I'll get your date of birth and I'll get your full name and I'll give you a reading based off that. Or you can also um go to my Cash App and you can actually like pay me $33 right now on Cash App and I'll do a live reading for you, like right now, right here on live. So if you guys got Cash App, you want to save 25%. Uh, 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 uh. uh. You guys want to save 25% on doing your reading? I'll do your reading right here on live so you can figure it out. All right. So you guys can book a numerology reading with me now, or you can send me that money on Cash App and I'll do it right here on live with you. So here are my four numbers. So I'm a life path number 11. And what that means is, so let me explain this to you. In numerology, everything is from 1 to 9, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and after 9 we start over and go to 1 again, right? But there are three master numbers: 11, 22, and 33. And these three master numbers are kind of like an evolved state of their single digit numbers. So 11, when you add 1 and 1, you get 2. So basically, in numerology, how you calculate your numbers are by adding up every single digit and condensing it down to one single digit. So basically, my birthday is December 30th, 2003. So that's 1, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 0, 3. And so you add 1 plus 2, 3, plus 3, 6, plus 0, still 6, plus 2, 8, plus 0, plus 0, still at 8, and then finally 3. And that gets you to 11. And so you get to those numbers, and typically you would condense that double digit number down to another single digit number. But since 11, 22, and 33 are special numbers, you don't condense those numbers down. So 11 is like the more evolved state of 2, right? 1 plus 1 is 2. 22 is the higher evolved state of 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 33 is the more evolved state of 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay? And so when it comes to master numbers, you basically have two numbers in you, right? The master numbers are consisted of, like for me, two ones, but these ones are also a 2. And so I have lessons from a 1, and 1 is leadership, it's the innovator, it's the person who, usually goes ahead, very creative, very like leadership oriented. And 2 is about partnership, it's about balance, it's about harmony, right? And this was very aligned with how I've, you know, lived my life. I I struggled a lot with feeling like I had to pick one side or the other in terms of my life, right? I'm half black and half Puerto Rican. I never felt like I fully fit into wherever I was at. I've always loved science. I've always loved spirituality. In some people's heads, those two conflict. In my head, they're actually the same. Um, Logic versus emotion, right? Rationality versus intuition, art versus science, these sorts of things, right? And so I have all of these things in me that seem dualistic, and I've never really known how to face that. You know what I mean? And once I realized that I was a master number 11, realized that I was actually not supposed to see these two things as separate, but as merely two sides of the same coin. And the law of polarity speaks about just this. In the Kybalion, which is a book on Hermetic principles, the teachings of, the great Hermes Trismegistus, there is the fourth law of Hermeticism is the law of polarity, which says that everything has its opposite. Everything is dual. But these opposites are actually two sides of the same spectrum. And this is about what I was telling you about earlier. Basically, everything that everything in this universe has an opposite. But there's the actual truth, there's the nature, and then there's the projected illusion. All polarity is an illusion. And physics teaches us this concept that heat is the true nature, and that cold is merely the absence of heat. Cold doesn't actually exist, it's the absence of heat. And just as darkness doesn't actually exist, it's merely the absence of light, right? And so heat or light is the true nature, and darkness or cold is the projected illusion, right? But we need both of these to experience either one. How could you ever truly know what heat is if you don't understand the cold? How could you ever truly understand what light is if you never experienced darkness? And so love is the same. Love is the true nature of reality. And fear, judgment, hate, all of these are distancing from love. It's not truly being based in love. There is lack, which is the reflection of abundance, right? Abundance is our true nature, it's the true nature of reality. How can we ever truly know how abundant we are if we've never experienced lack? And so we need these illusions, we need these projections to feel and understand completely what the truth is. But just because there are two sides, right? Just because one is there and both are valid because both are required to understand each other. Just because both are valid doesn't mean both are true. Just because the illusion is valid doesn't mean it's true. And so when I understand this like non-dualistic standpoint, it started to really make a lot of sense to me in terms of like my path as a master number 11, right? Someone who is very based in my individualness, right? But also is based in partnership, right? I have a beautiful partnership, business and marriage with my lovely wife, Erin. I've always had like my best friend who like was my partner in crime. Growing up, that was my best friend Samir in elementary school, in middle school, and high school. It was my best friend Kanye. And now in this new season, it's my wife, Erin. I've always worked best when I had somebody to bounce off of because that's how I work, right? But although I am, very inclined to partnership and harmony, everything that I do has to be based in my truth. It's got to be core to me and what I value. Okay? And so understanding that I was a master number 11, it got me clarity on the fact that, okay, I'm actually not supposed to be living in alignment with how other people want me to be, but I'm supposed to be taking into account how I appreciate these relationships and how I value these relationships and how they can benefit what I do value. A few months ago, I had like a chart reading, astrology reading with another spiritual entrepreneur named Chiron. And he told me that basically everything that you want to do for other people needs to be needs to be based on something that I value myself. Right. And so if I don't actually value doing something for someone else, I shouldn't do it. And it made a lot of sense to me, right? I should not compromise anything because everything want needs to be based in me. And if I'm not doing something that is based in what I actually want to be doing, resentment starts to build for that other person. And I found that that's a consistent pattern in my life. When I want to do something for other people that I don't actually want to do, I start resenting that. I start resenting them. When I start trying to do things for other people because I'm people pleasing or I want to please somebody, I want to help somebody, even though I feel like I don't actually feel aligned to that authentically, I start resenting that. And as I was looking back on my life, thinking about that, I was like, oh shit, can't live like this anymore. And from then, I was like, okay, fuck that. I'm only doing things that truly align to me. I'm only doing things that I truly value. And I wouldn't have gotten that clarity if I didn't understand that I was a master number 11 with both the one and the two, right? And so that was very, very important to me. The master number 11 is very intuitive. It's the master intuitive, the master empath, which makes sense to why I'm a coach, right? It's the spiritual thought leader, heavily based in spirituality. And that's very important to me. From, like 10 to early this year, maybe like the first 2 months of this year, I wasn't as deep into my spirituality as I am now. And because of that, I didn't truly understand that I wasn't on the foundation that I needed to be on that really built me up. And because I wasn't on that foundation, I was rocky. And now that I've gotten that foundation of spirituality, and spirituality is how I live my life, I base my entire life around this. Now everything makes more sense. Everything is more clear because that is my nature, right? That is how I lead. That is how I love. That is how I give value to the world. And by aligning with my life path, I was able to see that, right? Now, so I'm a master number 11. Okay, awesome. My life destiny number, or otherwise known as life expression number, is how I actualize that expression, right? And so my life destiny number is a 6. And 6 is about community. It's about um relationships. It's about building together. It can be with love or with community, right? It's about love, it's about union, it's about really like building community especially. And that's especially what I'm about. Here on YouTube, I love building community. I used to have free communities. I used to have a free community rather for, my fellow spiritual entrepreneurs, and I don't have that right now because I wanted to focus more on my individual, but I love community. I love being able to feel like I'm leading people. I love to feel like I have something that people get behind that is going somewhere. Like I've always been a visionary. I've always seen things that other people don't see. I've always wanted to do things that other people don't want to do. And because of that, I stand out. And so, since I'm a master number 11, the spiritual thought leader, the innovator, the intuitive, the master empath, right? That aligns with why I'm a coach. And it also aligns that I'm building a community around spirituality, around love, creativity, around entrepreneurship, because those are the things that I personally value and that I want other people to value. Let's talk about, yeah, let's do karmic number and then personal year cycle. So, oh, Amon dropped a question. I'm studying medicine. Should I focus on it or build some business sidewise? Hmm. Let me ask you this. Is it Amon? Yeah, okay. Let me ask you this, Amon. Do you genuinely love medicine? And if so, are you interested in building a business around medicine? Or do you have other things that you are genuinely like more passionate about that you would like to pursue? While you answer that, I'm going to talk about karmic numbers. So, your karmic number is, like I said here, the lessons that your soul is here to learn to spiritually evolve and best serve the collective. So my karmic number is number 7. Latik, hey, what's up, my man? What's up? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Glad you're here to join us. So my karmic number is number 7. And 7 is a very spiritual number, and it's also got to do with introspection, going within the self. This is actually very aligned to what I was talking about, is about like valuing what you value and not serving other people unless it's based on something that you value. It has to do with people pleasing. It has to do with not living in alignment with your nature. It's got to do with giving when you feel like you shouldn't be giving, right? Over giving. And so that was the karmic number that I faced. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow, this has literally been like the last 10 years of my life. Right? Over giving, people pleasing, making sure that people feel good so I don't hurt their feelings, doing things that I don't value because other people value them, stuff like this, man. Fine. Awesome, man. Glad to hear you're doing well, man. So I'm doing amazing, bro. We got the first live going. I'm super lit, man. I'm super lit. I'm loving it. And so I saw that my karmic number was how I best serve the collective. I talk a lot about being all in your authenticity. I talk about using your authenticity to attract your abundance. 7 is really about being in alignment and introspecting with your truest authenticity, your truest nature. I hate the fact that people live inauthentic lives. I hate that people are listening to the programming that the school systems put on them, societies put on them, their parents put on them, their, stupid ass friends have put on them. I'm not trying to call your friends stupid, but a lot of people are living in alignment with programming that isn't true to their nature, right? It's not true in your heart, right? You're living a life that someone else wanted you to live. You're wearing a mask and you're taking actions in accordance to a mask. This mask is making more headway in your life than you are. Sit with that for a second. You've been living a lie, and the lie you're living is currently making more headway in your life than you are, than your true self is. Doesn't that fucking itch? Doesn't that make you want to like, doesn't that piss you off? Pissed me off. That still pisses me off. And so I'm so fucking passionate about helping people live authentically. This is why I love YouTube, why I love business. Because in my opinions, YouTube and business are the ultimate forms, the ultimate vehicles of fun, fulfillment, and freedom. Because you can actually show up on YouTube, show up in the world of business, authentically living how you want, serving the people you want to serve, and that will reach, and you can reach freedom off of that. You can genuinely live a fulfilled and free life through the vehicles of YouTube and business, right? And if you're interested in monetizing your YouTube channel or growing your YouTube channel so you can monetize it through digital products and services, right? You don't gotta wait for AdSense. I made money off YouTube with less than 1,000 subs. I made over $1,600 off YouTube with less than 1K subs within 65 days. If that's interesting to you, click on that top link in my description. Right, I'll actually drop the link in here. But you can book a YouTube monetization coaching call with me, right? And we can see if you're actually if you're ready to commit, we'll see what we can do together. All right. I'd love to help you out. But I love YouTube and business because you can actually live freely and have fulfillment. You can make money off of these things doing what you love. And that's what I'm about. I am not about doing things you don't want to do. I'm not about living inauthentically. Fuck all that bullshit. Fuck that. Living inauthentically is bullshit. Most people have been doing it their entire lives. I refuse to let people live inauthentically if I can do something about it. And so by understanding that, like I was living inauthentically for 10 years and my karmic number 7 showed me that, and it showed me how passionate I am about helping people do the same. So when you understand your karmic number, the lessons that you're supposed to be living, you're supposed to be learning and integrating in yourself, that will also help you with how you can serve others and you can grow the collective. Okay?